Greetings, kings and queens, lions and lionesses. I go by the name of Binti Afrika, the Swahili dub queen. Welcome back to my channel. This is that session where we hold a conscious reasoning over issues that, well, for me, they've resonated with me. I love to always use a song because music is my center bolt. So I love to use music to bring a point and just what's the word I'm looking for, to guide the meditation. And today's song is by Danny I, and it's called Completely. He says, do it completely, don't hesitate. Tomorrow is not promised. It might be too late.
So do it completely, don't hesitate. Tomorrow's not promised, and it might be too late. Do it with passion, if it's worth it at all.
Yes, people, if it's worth it at all, you have to do it with passion and do it completely. Hey, Nigeria, here's a story. Will Smith did it completely. Okay, jokes aside, personally, I honestly feel like this man, that was a cry for help. Because if you consider that his wife had already put all their laundry out in the streets from her red seat for a while, you know, so many other things, you know, that kind of thing can make a man unravel. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But they, just like everybody else, I thought it was a prank. It's unfortunate that that happened. But let me just say, me as an African woman, I'd be like, hey, don't embarrass us like that. Or, do you know what I mean? The man was laughing at first, you know. And then when he saw his queen making her faces when he decided to step up and blaze that slap upon Chris Rock. I don't know, you know, there's a school of thought that says, yes, the man was standing up for his queen. But as a lioness to gauge, you know, as the head of a family, actually, let me talk about the head of a family. Head of a family, CHUJWA, that's thought center. And, you know, he should have been able to have had an aerial view. So all I can say is that the man is going through a lot. The man is going through a lot. Yes, so this is a really, really quick reasoning. Actually, these are my reactions to a couple of things that I've seen on my TL. The Billboard Charts have CHUJWA reggae and dancehall has been ditched and replaced by Afrobeat. First of all, large up Afrobeat, guys. You know, as an African, that's an African sound. I cannot hate on it. And I personally also love Afrobeat because it has a really nice, you know, there's great melody, sweet tunes, sweet words. The videos are bomb, they're popping. However, the question remains, who is to blame? And all I can say, you see, but then for those of you who don't know what Billboard is, Billboard is it's an American music and entertainment chart, weekly chart, which started in, was it 1894? Let me check this. Yes, 1894. Can you imagine all those years? And every week they've had a reggae and dancehall music charts. And now they've ditched it and replaced it with Afrobeat, which means reggae music is not bringing in that money. Dancehall music is not bringing in that money. Afrobeat is what is. So as a business, they've, you know, the guys behind Billboard have made a smart move as a business. But what does that mean for artists and producers within the reggae and dancehall industry? And especially for us Kenyans. I'm speaking as a Kenyan as a Kenyan reggae musician, female musician at that. How do you see your music, yani unaona mziki wako uko wapi, on to impact the worldwide stage? If you consider that now, names like Bounty Killer, Buju Banton, Shabaranks, Sizzler, they've basically now been CHUJWA'd, you know? So you as a Kenyan reggae artist, how do you gauge your music? Are you creating music in which people will understand what you're talking about? So number one, language. Music that has content that is positive to the society, that then, you know, instead of it just being about guns, violence, and booty shaking. How are your videos? How do you yourself carry yourself? Unajibebaje? You know, how's your hygiene? How do you step up, you know, when you step on stage? How do you speak? How do you relate with people? All these things matter. How do you, as a Kenyan reggae musician, see, how do you gauge the impact that your music and yourself and your brand has on the worldwide stage? If this same reggae music, if the pioneers of this music, yani, are now unrecognized, so many schools of thought. People are saying producers have watered down the rhythms these days, producers are lazy. Other people, voila, in a minute. Voila. Yeah, so there's different schools of thoughts, as I was saying. There are those who are saying that producers have watered down the rhythms these days, that they're lazy. They need to go back to creating the kind of rhythms that were there in the 90s, you know? Others are also saying that it's the artists themselves. And if you put a comparison with Afrobeat has, again, sweet melodies, and they are good at storytelling. Any what story are you telling? You know, the story flows, sweet words, it's danceable. But if you can look at reggae and dancehall, and again, you know, speaking from the platform of Kenya, as a Kenyan, within the Kenyan reggae music industry, if you're going to record a tune and attempt or purport to chant in patois, which, number one, is not your tongue, then when people meet you outside, that now becomes how you want to speak to people or how you want to relate to people. Like, that's your thing. Hata ukienda kwa interview, you know, guys are confused. Like, are you Kenyan? What is happening? Anyway, food for thought, man. Food for thought. You as a Kenyan reggae musician, how do you gauge your impact on the worldwide scene, considering what has happened recently, that reggae and dancehall music chart is no longer on the Billboard? That's a big thing. It's a big thing for you to think about moving forward. Yeah, man.